Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and hello if you're new. So for today's video, we have a drugstore first impressions, and you guys, I'm not gonna give too much away, but let me just say I love the way that it came out. I love the way that everything looks. I definitely think that you guys will be probably running out to Target and Walmart to pick up some of this stuff because it is just as good as high-end makeup and it's like, what, a quarter the price. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video just as much as I enjoyed filming it. Before we do dive into the video too, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. That literally means the world to me. It makes me so happy that you guys are loving the content that I'm putting out and that my channel is growing. So if you are new here, please make sure to like this video, subscribe down below. I would love to have you. It's a good time. We do beauty, fashion, makeup videos. We kind of do it all. So without further ado, let's hop into this drugstore first impression. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the skin, and for primer, I have this Milani Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. This is what it looks like. This is new packaging. I'm not 100% sure if this product is new. I do also want to make that disclaimer is that like not everything is brand new. I try to get as much brand new makeup as possible, but all of this makeup is 100% new to me, so I'm giving you guys my complete first impressions on it. But like I said, I try to pick items that just came out or they had the new, label on them. So I kind of just had to work with what they had. Okay, so first impressions, just how it's coming out. It's literally like a moisturizer. Or like a sunscreen. Like it's really thick and white. I was kind of not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm just going to, I got a lot actually, just apply a little bit on me. Okay, so this is definitely like a second moisturizer, I would say. Oh my gosh, my hair is, okay. We're just gonna have to not look cute for a second and tuck my hair behind my ears because it is getting all in it. It does feel very nice on the skin. My skin feels very soft. So overall, I do really like it. Obviously, I don't know how long it's gonna like prolong my makeup. But just from like first impressions, from the feeling of it, it does feel very nice. Okay, so for foundation, I got the new Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. Apparently, I'm just going with all hydrating products. I didn't even realize that. So I actually got two shades of these. I got 090 Neutral Suede and I got 040 Neutral Vanilla. Just because I wasn't 100% sure. But I am glad I got the lighter one because I'm kind of in that weird phase. Like I'm trying not to self-tan and I'm trying to get tan from the sun, like since it's kind of summertime out. So I am pretty pale, so I'm guessing that Neutral Vanilla is gonna be the shade for me. So let's open this up and see if this is going to be a good match. Also, the benefits of this foundation: it's a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera, 24-hour long wear finish and lasting moisturization, natural coverage, and a weightless skin feel. It is also vegan. I never understand why brands make foundations like, oh, you can wear this for 24 hours. Like if you wear your foundation for 24 hours, please don't. Your skin's probably not very happy with you. I'm probably gonna use a darker one and then add in just a little bit of like the Neutral Vanilla. So let's see. So for some reason, I've been loving applying my foundation with a brush lately. Normally I always use a beauty sponge. So we're gonna try this with a brush and then kind of maybe go over it with my beauty blender. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in with the darker shade. We'll see here. The consistency is pretty normal. I would say it doesn't have a smell, which is nice. Okay, wow, you guys, this foundation looks so good on the skin. Honestly, I'm so blown away. Everything that I've tried, honestly, from Essence has been a really good quality. They're such an affordable brand. Like it looks, I don't know if you can like really get the full effect on camera. I do have a lot of like redness and broken blood vessels in my skin, and you can still see my skin through it. Like you can see like the little areas of imperfections. But honestly, I really like that you can see your skin through it. It makes it look 10 times more natural. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build it up a little bit and see if you can even build it up. And if it looks good. Okay, ignore the little hairs that I have on my face. This brush has got to go. This is so old. This one's the Morphe M437. I really like this for foundation, but it's been shedding a ton lately, so just ignore those. But it did build really nicely. You can see I do have a little bit more coverage. You can still, once again, see my skin through it, but overall, you guys, I'm really liking this foundation. I'll have to keep you guys updated on how it wears, but we'll see how other like makeup products layer on top of it too. But so far, so good. I'm very happy with it. So for concealer, I had the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Pro Full Coverage Concealer. This has licorice root in it and it helps to brighten skin. So to be honest, I'm not really I've never really tried hard candy products. I've only tried like one or two other products in the past, and I did like them. But just because they are, I think specifically at Walmart, which I did go to, that's why I have hard candy. I don't really shop them often because I normally go to like Target. I'm super excited because I did hear really good things about some of their new products that they came out with. So I did get some of those for today's video. So I got mine in the shade of Medium Light 1985. This is what it looks like. Oh, okay. Wow, this is really light, and this is medium light. Holy cow, okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on because honestly, I'm not sure how much to use. And then I'm gonna blend it out with my e.l.f. beauty sponge. This concealer is obviously very light, the medium. I don't see any tones of medium in here. It's definitely a very light colored concealer. I'm just gonna try to even out my face a little bit and just put more in like the areas where I would normally conceal. So color aside, I would say this concealer is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite. It's okay. Honestly, I don't even know why. I just feel like my skin looks all right. Like the coverage is pretty, I don't know, I'd say the coverage is pretty medium to full coverage. I'm sure you could build it. I do feel like it's almost sitting on top of my skin a little bit. Like it's not like melting into my face, like looking like one with my foundation. For powder, I'm really excited to try this one because I have high expectations. I've heard really good things about this one. This is the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Powder. It's a Sheer Envy loose powder, and this is the hydrating one. Which once again, going with the whole hydrating theme, did not mean to do that, but my skin is gonna be, it should be very hydrated after this video. They did have several other types. I believe they had maybe a mattifying one. I don't know, honestly. The only things I've really heard about this powder is always the hydrating one, so I'm guessing this one's the most popular. So we are going to test it out. It does look really nice. It looks super finely milled, which I really like powders like that because they tend not to get cakey on your skin, because they're super lightweight. So for my like T-zone of my eyes, I'm actually gonna set it with my beauty sponge. I just wanna show you guys too, I just kind of like close my eyes. You can see that concealer is creasing a ton. So it's definitely not crease proof. So we're just gonna make sure to blend those out so we don't set those creases down. And I'm just going to take my beauty sponge in here and just start pressing it in. Okay, so face is set, and you guys, I do really like this powder. I think it's really, really pretty. It makes your skin look very airbrush, very flawless. It does a really good job of setting everything down. I will say, like, that's one piece of makeup. I have powder everywhere that I do think that you can find at the drugstore that you don't need to splurge on is a good loose powder. I think the drugstore makes really good loose powder, so you don't need to go pay like $40 for a Laura Mercier. Overall, I think it looks really good. It set my makeup down nicely. Nothing feels tacky. The concealer, and I have hair all over my face. The concealer and the foundation did set really nicely. So now that our face is very pale, very flat, we need to bronze this up. So for bronzer, let's see what I got. Okay, oh yes, I remember this one now. So for bronzer, I wasn't too happy about this one. I don't know, but it was the only new bronzer I could find. So this is the Revlon Skinlights Prismatic Bronzer. I do know this came out a few months ago. It's not new, but it's newer. This one is in the shade 115 Sunkissed Beam. And the reason why I was kind of iffy on this one is because typically I like my bronzers to be matte. And I like to do like a glowy highlighter and blush. But this was the only new bronzer that they had. So I'm gonna use my Morphe M530. It's like my little bronzing brush. Also, my brushes need cleaned super bad. So let's see how this looks. Oops. Okay, so I thought I wasn't getting any pigment off of it, so I like dug my brush in and then applied it on my face. And then obviously this is very pigmented. Way more pigment came out than I was expecting. So I feel like now I'm very bronzed. Maybe a little bit too bronzed, but it's fine, you know? You can never have too much bronzer, right? I thought it was gonna be way more shimmery than it actually is, but it just has a nice glow to it, but it doesn't look glittery or anything. So I really like this color. I feel like it's just very fresh and it's a really good color for spring and summertime. So I'm very happy with this bronzer. This first impressions is going so good, you guys. Hopefully I don't jinx myself, but I feel like everything is looking really good. Sometimes I feel like these are so hit or miss, and I feel like it's usually one way or the other. Like everything's really bad or everything's really good. So when it comes to blush and highlighter, I actually got two different palettes. palettes. I got the Wet n Wild Hello Halo blush lighter palette in the shade Highlight Bling. It's like really pretty peachy pinky tones. So I actually got this more for the blush, and the highlighter is really pretty. I like more of a champagne highlighter. And then I also got this Milani Stellar Lights palette in the shade Rose Glow. I know this is not new, but I really wanted to try it out because I've heard really good things about it, and it always looks so pretty. So I'm gonna swatch these for you guys so that way you can see what they look like, since I'm not gonna use all of these colors. So there's the swatches for the Milani palette. These look so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna put them on the back of my hand. You can't really see them too well, but you guys can kind of see. So this one's cool too because you get this like really like white highlighter. You get a nice champagne, and then you also get one of those like kind of blush highlighters as well. When I go into the Wet n Wild palette for the blush, it does have, oh my gosh, look at all that pigment on there. Let me tap that off. Okay. It has a lot of glow. I'm getting more glow really than I am color. Okay, that's really pretty. I honestly don't even think I want to need a highlighter with this. Otherwise my cheeks are about to be blinging. So I actually really like it. You just kind of have to be one of those people that you don't mind your cheek looking like a glazed donut. I do feel like the very like strip highlighter is kind of out right now. It's more about the natural highlighter. But since this is mixed in with a blush, it doesn't look so harsh, I would say. It is super glowy, but since like I said, it is kind of mixed in with the blush, you can't really see where the highlighter is, so it does make it look a lot more natural. So I think I'm gonna skip out on the Milani palette on my cheeks because these babies are already glowing. Let's go. I'm gonna go with the gold color on my nose. I don't know. Do a little bit on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin and forehead, just out of everywhere. So I really like the formula of that Milani color. I think it looks really good on the nose. We are very glowy, probably more glowy than I would normally be. You know, but we have to try everything. So once again, I really like both of these. They're both very similar, except the Milani, you obviously get one more color. But overall, these are both really good formulas and super natural. I do want to say though, I feel like the Wet n Wild looks a little bit more natural on the skin. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more. Okay, so for the eyes, honestly, I was thinking about skipping eyeshadow, and I'm like, no, because I know there's some of you guys out there who still do eyeshadow all the time. I just am personally not a big eyeshadow person anymore. Like, I would love to do a full face like this and just do lashes and lips and go. But since it is a full face of makeup, I felt like we had to do a little bit of eyeshadow. So I actually got the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. This palette, you guys, the colors in here are beautiful. I opened this up and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, look how pretty these are. These are so pretty for spring and summertime. The reason why I really like this palette though is because I feel like colors are super in right now for outfits. Like, people are still obviously wearing nude, like I'm still wearing nude, but I feel like bright colors are really coming back. So I feel like adding a little bit of pop of color in your crease when you wear a bright color like that will look really good. So this eyeshadow literally just came out and it fell all over these colors. God, what do I do? Okay, hang on, break. Okay, we're back. I kind of fixed it a little bit, maybe, hopefully. We're just gonna have to say bye to that shade, but I probably wasn't gonna use it anyways. So this is going to be just to test the formula. We're probably like only going to do 1 or 2 shades, just because I don't really want to do an elaborate eye look. So, ooh, okay, super pigmented, and it did not have a lot of kickback at all. This does not have a mirror in it, by the way. I just realized. I went to go look in it. Not really too mad about it, but just thought I'd let you guys know. Wow, that's a beautiful formula. Oh my goodness. And the color. Okay, so we have a few different shimmery shades in here. I'm not sure what one to go with. If I should do Malibu, which is like a really pretty orange, Sunset Boulevard, which is like a darker pink, or the Hills, which is like a champagne. I think I'm gonna go with the Hills. Oh my gosh, wow. So this is what it looks like. It's like a really pretty pinky champagne color. So we tested out matte, the matte formula, beautiful. Let's try out the shimmery shades. Okay. Wow. Okay, so wow, you guys, these colors are beautiful. Look at them, wow. This formula, both of these formulas are super good. I did get glitter everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see on my face. I did get glitter down here, and I kind of wiped it away and it smudged. but it's okay. Okay, let's shake this shade right here. Let's go even more intense. This is the 405. I'm using the same brush. I'm really bad. I'm not necessarily bad, but I do that all the time. I use the same brush for like everything. Let's just add this a little bit on the outer part here. So my camera stopped recording, so I just added a little bit more. I think I'm gonna stop right here though, because I don't wanna get, you know, too over the top. For eyeliner, I have two. So I have the NYX Epic Ink Liner. This is a waterproof felt tip liner. I'm not sure if this is new or not. Never tried it before. I love NYX, so got that. And then I'm pretty sure this one is new. It says new on it. This is the Milani Stay Put eyeliner. This is in the shade Semi Sweet. So it's like a really pretty chocolate brown. I'm in a phase right now, I don't know why, where I love to do a baby wings. So we are going to attempt it with this liner. Oh, this looks really, really nice. You can see it's nice and pointy. So I'm gonna have to get close to my mirror for this. Ooh, that was not a baby. God dang it. This is really nice though. Wow, okay, this is so easy to work with, you guys. It literally made that wing so easy. Our wings are distant cousins today. They're not twins, but that's fine. We're just gonna accept it and move on. So we are going to apply some false lashes, and once again, I think I've said this almost about everything, I'm so excited to try out these false lashes because I've heard really good things about them. These ones are the Salon Perfect Extension Seekers. They are the number 662. They look so good. I love how they're tapered on the end. I love to wear lashes that are tapered to go with the wing, just because I do have very, I feel like round turned down eyes, so I feel like this does a good job at kind of lifting them. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, these might be some of my new favorite lashes. I do have some crazies on the end here, so they probably could be cut down a little bit more, but look how beautiful these are. Don't walk, go run and get these. I'm telling you guys, if you wear false lashes and you like a more like wispy look, these are them. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. They're perfect, and they're super lightweight, and they're really easy to apply too. So if you are a beginner just wearing lashes, these are super easy to work with. The band was super, you know, flexible, and it was really easy to form to your eyes. So honestly, I really have nothing bad to say about these. Oh my goodness, you guys. I was just looking in my bag. I forgot to use this Milani Supercharged cheek and lip multi-stick. Oh my gosh, okay, perfect. I was literally just about to say that I don't have a lip product because I forgot that. So this is literally just worked out perfect. Okay, this is like super greasy. I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna apply it on my finger first, so that way I don't just like rub it all over my lips. Okay, wow, so this is actually really pretty for a wash of color on the lips. Like, I feel like this would just be a really good natural, like almost like you're going to the pool, or like you don't really have any makeup on, you want just like a little bit of lip color. But I feel like I need a little bit more, so I'm actually gonna use this ColourPop lip gloss that I got. I have been loving this lip gloss, you guys. This is by ColourPop. It is their roller gloss, and it makes your lips look so juicy, and I love how it gives them some color too. Alright guys, so that wraps up this drugstore first impressions. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This was such a fun video for me to film. It's been a long time since I've sat down with you guys and just played in makeup, and yeah, I love the way that this look turned out. I think it looks really good, even with some color on the lid. And I honestly love every single thing that I used, even the concealer. The concealer is growing on me. I love the way that everything like looks together. I forgot to do my lower lash line. I feel like that looks also in, so we're just gonna forget that. We're gonna leave the lower lash line empty because I feel like it looks good the way that it is. If you do want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe down below if you are new here. I would really appreciate it. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.